morning, and welcome to Ark and Dove Presbyterian Church in Odenton, Maryland. I'm Brian Boudreaux, the Clerk of Session here at Ark and Dove, and your host in the lobby, the weekly program of the life and ministry of the church. So today is World Communion Sunday, and so take a moment to get the bread and the fruit of the vine ready. And it is a huge day for Ark and Dove in particular because it is our mission ministry fair and church picnic. So I talked to Lori Kronzer and Linda Lewis last week about it, so I hope everybody is planning to come. So even if you're watching from home after the service, you have time to get in your car and head on over to the church. So it will start at 11:45 here on the church grounds. There will be food and fun for the kids, an opportunity for you to learn about the mission teams at Ark and Dove, and there's going to be mini carnival games. Get a passport signed, and you have a chance to win Linda Lewis's fudge, which I can tell you is amazing. Other things that we have going on this week, we have Equipping the Saints, Acts of Mission, Mercy, and Justice. That's on Wednesday, October 6th from 7 to 8:15 p.m. There's also Logos every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. That's our midweek program. It's intergenerational from pre-K and elementary kids as well as adults helping out. So Logos is a great way to grow your relationship with God and others at Ark and Dove. If you're interested or have any questions, you can reach out to Jen Roman or Julie Devers for more information. Now, Sunday school and godly play continues every Sunday during the 10:30 service, so please register through the homepage at arkanddove.org or in person on Sunday morning. We've got a table out front. Any questions, you can contact our Christian Ed elder, Sarah Fox. Now, youth group, which normally meets on Sundays from 4 to 5 for the middle school and from 5 to 6:30 for high school, will not be meeting this Sunday. Instead, we encourage everybody to come to the mission ministry and church picnic. We also have going on this week a basic introduction to the prophets of the Old Testament led by Pastor Tim. That's on October 5th from 7 to 8:15 p.m. Minimal amount of work to do, but sign up and learn more about the prophets. So as we get into the fall, we have lots of adult Christian ed opportunities. Really easy to find out more about these Christian ed opportunities by scanning the QR code in the archive. Super easy, just put your camera right up to that thing and it'll take you to a web page, and there are lots and lots of opportunities, so check those out. So as we head into the fall, we are now looking at starting our stewardship campaign. And so we're going to be having a lot of discussions in the coming weeks about stewardship and our using our gifts at Ark and Dove. And so I have a couple of folks here today to talk to me about their gifts and how they're using that. And this is under the theme of harvesting generosity. So we're kind of looking at how we can use what we have in front of us. So we have Rob Yeager and Ryan Stavely from the tech crew to talk to us. So you guys want to come in here?
Absolutely.
So this is
Good morning.
This is my first group interview in the lobby. The first time that we've been here. It's usually just me by myself. But I asked them to come in today because we're going to head into the sanctuary and check out that tech booth. Let's go. Okay, Ryan and Rob, here we are sort of kind of at the nerve center of our Sunday morning worship, right? So we have everything that's happening up in the front. The pastors are doing their sermon. We've got the beautiful music. But in order to get that, not only to the folks here, in the sanctuary, but at home, we have a whole technical display here, right? And this has changed completely in the last 18 months. Yep. Right, and a lot of this has been because of the donations from everybody from the church that enabled this, and it's so important. So I'm looking right now at this large soundboard that I think the last one was maybe almost half this size, and did not have all the bells and whistles. So Can you just describe real quick what this does for us?
Sure. So I have all 32 inputs from all of the microphones in the room here, and I can mute and unmute people and do it by groups and make people louder and quieter. And then this part controls both what comes out of the speakers so we can hear in the room here, and what gets sent over to Rob to get pushed out on the live stream.
Now you have people here. There are folks watching at home and sending messages when there's a problem, because there are problems. It happens.
Yes.
So you're monitoring the conversations on YouTube and on Facebook,
Right.
And you have to know what's going on here,
Right.
as well. And you've made some. The church has made some investments, not just the soundboard, but we've got new monitors. We have monitors in the back of the sanctuary. If you haven't been in the sanctuary yet, we have some new monitors so that we know what's happening, what it looks like on TV, on YouTube, so that there's an awareness. But this isn't it, right? I mean, we grew our technical program for the online service, but things have changed. We now are doing an online service and an in-person service, and we're doing it simultaneously. So that means new equipment. That means changing. What has changed from just doing a strictly online to a simultaneous service, Rob?
One of the things that we've had to adapt to is having different content on the various screens. We want to have words on the screens in the sanctuary that look one way for the people in the room. We have a monitor in the back of the room that might show things in a different format for the pastors or the band, and yet another layer of content that reformats that again for what goes out on the live stream. So we're using the same kind of data in multiple different ways to send to lots of different sources so that people are looking at that content in different ways.
So in terms of technology and our investment in technology, we're not finished yet, are we?
We are not.
And so what do we need? What do we need to get to that next level?
We would love, an additional camera or two. We have one main camera that's mounted on the back wall. We have another smaller camera that we move around the room as we need to capture different things. But we would really love not to have to move that in the middle of service and have a couple of static positions, and just general upgrades to the computers, because it's a lot of information going through two computers back here.
Right, so if you're here on Sunday morning, you will see one of these gentlemen running around the sanctuary, moving a camera, so that the children's message gets delivered, and you can see that at home. And then once that's over, somebody will move the camera over to the piano, and then we have a hymn that will be sung. So yeah, having that extra material means less interruption during the in-person service. Okay, so as you kind of envision sort of the future of the worship service from a technology standpoint, what are you hoping for?
We want to see more involvement. One of the big struggles right now is not the technology, but the ability to have enough people to run this. We have a core group of 3 or 4 people who do this every week. We are able to rotate a little bit, but really it's just those 3 or 4 people, and it would be great to have a lot more volunteers, other help to do some of these jobs that some of like Ryan can help lead the band, be in the band, instead of being behind the audio console every week.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And so one of the cool things about this is I can hook my iPad up to it. It's much newer than the old analog board, and so I feel fairly ridiculous. But when I'm up there playing bass, I have 2 iPads on the music stand in front of me. One of them is my music, and one of them is the mixer, so that if something needs to be muted or unmuted, or something doesn't go right, I've got it at my fingertips, and that's great. But it would be even greater if, and this past Sunday is a great example of, it would be fantastic to have somebody not in the sanctuary dedicated to listening to what's going out on the live stream service. We saw some comments in chat and everything, but The first indication that something was wrong actually this Sunday morning was I was standing here and Tim came in and whispered in my ear that there were strange sounds coming from the nursery, because we have the speakers back in the nursery, and I have them on to go back there, and because you can't tell what the live stream sounds like from in the room, so you go back there and you listen, and having somebody back there, again with an iPad, with a laptop or something like that, just to keep an ear on what's going out, and if something tragic happens like Sunday morning.
Now, is there a way that you could control that from your home, or do you have to be here in the church?
You could. The issue with that is YouTube puts like a 30-second delay, and so you'd be mixing 30 seconds behind. And
so as we talk over the next coming weeks about harvesting generosity, this is exactly what we're looking for, right? We're looking for volunteers. We're also looking for the gifts that folks are able to give. And Rob, you were saying a little while ago, as far as volunteers are concerned, you don't have to be a specialist in electronics. You can be trained.
You can absolutely be trained. We've got 3 different types of positions here: in audio, a live stream, and the graphics for inside the room. And any one of them we can train anybody for.
So this is a way of sharing your gifts. Even if you're not sure how to share your gifts, we're offering an opportunity. Well, thank you both for joining me. I'm not technically minded in this way, and so I love all the blinking lights. And so thank you for everything that you guys do every week, and making sure that the live stream not only is a great experience in the sanctuary, but makes it into all of our homes. So thanks for joining me.
thanks for being here.
So I'm back here in the lobby, and I just want to give a big thank you to everybody who helps out on the tech crew, and for Ryan and Rob for leading this and leading us through the pandemic. So they've done an amazing job sharing their gifts with us. So I want to thank them, and I want to thank you for joining me every week, tuning in, and I love to be able to come into your home and talk to you. So everything we talk about is available on the webpage or in the archive. And if you're not getting the archive, you just need to email admin@arkanddove.org, and we'll get you signed up on the email list. Stay safe, get vaccinated, and have a great week. And we will not be having a Zoom fellowship after the service because you're coming to the picnic. So look forward to seeing everybody there. The live stream service will begin in a moment.